Back at it again. Another video. Don't expect anyone to watch this one like the last one. Usually recorded the day after. I'm just gonna be yapping about other random shit again. Today is music or music related CDs that I own. I mean DVDs. Yeah, DVDs. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So first off, the two directors label CDs I have. So I have Michel Gondry and Chris Cunningham. Two very, very excellent music video directors. Totally different vibes. So we're gonna start with Chris Cunningham. If you don't know him, he's done the music videos for Aphex Twin, Björk, Madonna for one. Phone just randomly started buzzing there. Madonna, weirdly, Square Pusher, and a Portishead video, and these are all songs that I really enjoy. Partly because the soundscapes themselves are just so powerful to me. Like All Is Full of Love by Björk, especially the version that she made that wasn't put on the album, but for this video, it's one of the best Björk songs I think she's ever done. You know, it's very powerful, and the music video itself has stayed with me for a very, very long time. Like the very like industrial sort of, but more like a Westworld sort of industrial, like nice sleek white backgrounds and everything, and like liquid as well. There's a lot of like milk in it, or I think it's milk. I don't know. There's two lesbian ass robots kissing, both of them with Björk's face on it. So you know, you get what you get. Chris Cunningham, and it has a 15 rating. Spent £6 on it at CEX, and I had to go into a separate town for it because, of course, only a few places have it. Next one, Michel Gondry. If you don't know him, he's done music videos for The White Stripes, Björk again, Beck, Daft Punk, Foo Fighters, Chemical Brothers, Kylie Minogue, and Rolling Stones, actually. And a lot on his earlier work, a lot of his early work is just from when he was part of a band called Wee Wee, like the French word for yes, not piss. And it also comes with live concert footage, and cut into both parts is a feature-length documentary about himself, and including interviews with Michel, his collaborators, and behind-the-scenes footage of the music videos that are featured on here. That film's called I've Been 12 Forever. It's actually very good, and it's actually on Letterboxd as well, if you want to review it, if you have Letterboxd, so you probably do already. But yeah, the music videos on here are very different to the ones that Chris Cunningham have done. Because Chris Cunningham, he makes some of the most batshit insane videos, and it works. You know, you got a big titty Aphex Twin there. You know, like, you got random ass Aphex Twin monster screaming at a woman in the Come to Daddy music video with the tiny little Aphex Twin children there. It's insane. And also his adverts as well, like the PlayStation 2 ad he did with that weird ass Scottish lady where he like morphed her face and like made her look like an alien while she's yapping about like mental wealth or some shit like that. And and the Portishead video as well. They filmed this random kid and Beth Gibbon in this like water tank, then superimposed it onto a scene of a street, and it matches the song perfectly. So, like, Chris Cunningham isn't afraid to take a dark turn, whereas Michel Gondry, his visual style is very charming, if you could say. Like, there's a lot of colours involved. I mean, as you can see by the title, a lot of colours involved, high saturation, and he just worked with so many artists through so many years that on this disc, it's split into two sides. One side being the most recent at the time, and then the other side being his older work. So, these two were released as part of the Director's Series in 2003, and with created by three directors, so Michel Gondry, Chris Cunningham, and then Spike Jonze. I still need to find his DVD, I mean. I've been searching forever, I still can't find it. I found this one very luckily in a record store in a separate town, and going on a tangent, this store is crazy. Like, it's ceiling to ceiling to floor of just stacks and stacks of CDs, and that's where I got my Anoni CD for when the for I'm a Bird Now and my Mogwai CD, because everywhere else it just did not have them, but in this one it had them. Only trouble is that they're like £7 a piece, and really I only like it if it's like £5, because I'm a cheap bastard and I don't get paid enough for this shit, which is fair. Okay, next up we have Dancer in the Dark. If you couldn't tell, I fucking love Björk. I think her music is one of the best things to be ever placed onto this planet, and I would be in a worse place if I hadn't listened to Homogenic at some point, because that album is amazing. Dancer in the Dark is also an amazing film. Lars von Trier is a total and utter dickhead for what he did. Okay? That's just a fact. If you didn't know, Lars von Trier assaulted Björk while recording this film, and it left so much of an impact on Björk that she just sort of like stopped acting after that. And he also subjected her to a very grueling filming schedule, and she just got insanely burnt out and insanely traumatized after making it. So Lars von Trier is total and utter dickhead, and yeah, but about the actual film, it's sort of what the like Lars von Trier's like filming sort of cult almost. So like everything's recorded on home cameras, and there's little to no music in the background, and if there is music, it's like diegetic music, I think that's a term, where the characters can listen to the music as well, but it doesn't fully fit into that because of course you have Björk's soundtrack to that, Selma Songs, which is an amazing soundtrack album, and I really think it should be considered as its own album just because of how good it is, when there's songs like I've Seen It All, The Overture, of course, Scatterheart, 107 Steps, that one, and in the musicals, what's the other one? The Crowder, that's the one where she was dancing around the factory. That's a nice one. I should really talk about the actual film. As for the actual film, you know, if you don't know it, it's like a 25-year-old film. If you haven't watched it, just watch it. I'm gonna spoil it now, so if you don't want it spoiled, then like skip on, I think. Yeah. So Selma, played by Biak, is a Czech immigrant who lives in America, like during the Cold War, and of course at the time when Czechia was a communist country, it was like just average Cold War stigma. So she's going blind. Basically, she is losing her eyesight, and she is quickly trying to scrape together the funds for a surgery for her son, so he doesn't have to go through what she's going through at that moment. So she works like day and night shifts at a factory making like kitchen sinks or something. I don't know. I don't think they really explain it. And so she's trying to scramble together as much money as she can, but one of her neighbors accuses her of stealing a bunch of money that she made. So the neighbor snuck into the house, stole the money himself, and then is now accusing Selma of stealing the money. Total dickhead behavior. So Selma does the only girl boss thing appropriate and kills the man, because that's what you gotta do in this situation. But of course, movie being movie and plot being need to be made, she gets caught and then sentenced to death row and fucking dies in the most saddest thing I've ever seen. She's there, she's in the gallows, she's ready to be hung, she's like screaming and crying. It's really hard to watch. And then Crowder runs in, informs Selma that her son got the eye surgery and he's not blind. He won't be blind. And she like sense of happiness. She follows that. She starts singing a song, and then they just fucking hang her in that moment, and you see Biak fall and die. And it is the most cruelest way to end a movie. But it left a very big impact on me, and I still watch it knowing that I'm gonna be completely broken by the end. Moving on, have the Best of Bowie music video compilation from 2002. So this one has everything from 1971 to 2002. So from Hunky Dory to Heathen. However, there are no actual music videos from Heathen on here. It only goes up to Hours, which is a shame because Hours is a snooze fest. You're probably wondering what happened to the case. Well, I bought it from CEX, and of course they put the big sticker on here. So I was slowly trying to peel it off, except it got caught, and then it ripped that. So there is now a big smile in it. So it's very unfortunate that happened. But there's 4 hours and 12 minutes of content on here. Now, there is definitely a difference of quality in David Bowie's discography, especially during the late 80s. So, albums like Tonight, Never Let Me Down, definitely went down. So, on here, think it's like the beginning half of disc number 2. I just really skip past, so I put it in. I watch Absolute Beginners because that song actually does slap. And then I skipped to track number 8 with Jump They Say from Black Tie White Noise, which is actually a pretty good record if you're willing to settle for what. It's an album of its time, is the point I'm trying to make. It's very 90s, early 90s as well. But yeah, Jump They Say, Black Tie White Noise, Miracle Goodnight. Those are the 3 music videos from that album. Jump They Say is my favourite out of all those because of the whole like trip hop sort of breakbeats it has. And also it's just a pretty slapping song, And then we get to Outside with the next one with Heart's Filthy Lesson, Hello Space Boy, and Strangers When We Meet. Now, Strangers When We Meet is a very, very tender song. I think it closes the album excellently, despite the album not having the story of the album not having it actually ended, because Bowie intended it to be like 3 albums, an entire trilogy for the story, and that's why it's called One Outside, and it was meant to keep on and like end in like 5 years, so 2000, except they never made the second one, which is a shame though, because I really would have liked to see the story continue. It really left on a cliffhanger. But after that, though, we did get Heathen. That's a good. I mean, no, Earthling. We got Earthling. I fucking love Earthling. The thing about Bowie is that he was not afraid to stay with the times. He didn't stay in the Ziggy Stardust era for a long time. He kept on evolving his sounds. That's what I liked about Bowie. He always tried to see what was going on in the music sphere at the time and then adapt to that. And he really well adapted to the like jungle music of the late 90s with Earthling. And that compared with, and that, so the breakbeat jungle noise of the late 90s, in addition to the guitar work of Reeves Gabriel's, really made for a very good record. I love it. I see no wrong things about it, except I'm Afraid of Americans. The album version needs to be replaced with the 9 Inch Nails version. Trent Reznor did a very good job with the 9 Inch Nails remix of I'm Afraid of Americans. And it's the one that was used in the music videos and everything. And I'm not saying the original album version is bad. I'm just saying when compared to 9 Inch Nails' version, there's a winner there. Last one I have is Cabaret, Lisa Minnelli. Really don't know what I'm going to say. It's Cabaret. Everyone knows it, and if you don't know it, are you living under a rock? It's like, I went into it expecting just a little musical. I came out of it with a very, very heart-wrenching story of the rise of fascism during Nazi Germany, and it's relevant now. I know everyone says that. Go on to any YouTube comment section of any cabaret related thing. Everyone's always like, ooh, 2025, it's all real, like, ooh. But it's true. And, like, the original, like, so this version of Cabaret is different to the stage production of Cabaret. And I treat them as two separate things because Cabaret movie has slightly different vibe to Cabaret stage. Like, some of the songs are different. Like, there are new songs in this one, but only slightly. They keep in the important ones, like Today Belongs to Me, or whatever it's called, Willkommen and Money. And yeah. It's a good movie. I'm not very good with words, so I have been yapping for 21 minutes now. Very sorry to take your time, but what am I gonna do? This is a new thing I'm doing. I'm really not expecting anyone to watch this. If this blows up, then oh well. I'm raging bisexual. I really should have chosen a better name. Yeah. I'm burning new CDs, because I'm just too broke for new ones. So today I burnt Suburbs by Arcade Fire. And last night, actually, I did, Because the Internet by Childish Gambino. And yes, I do have a Discman. My boyfriend bought me it for my birthday. Very nice gift. I love him very much. Yeah, here I have, I wish I could live in hope by Low. I really love Low's early work with the whole slow-core shoegaze. I just love it. Like, it matches the tone of the season I'm filming this in perfectly. I'm filming this in October, and it feels like winter. On some days, it depends. So they felt like April for some reason. I don't know why. And they also have Collapse and Sunbeams by Arlo Parks. Fucking love Arlo Parks. Honestly, that album really changed me. I listened to that album on repeat in March 2024 when I was going through a very hard time. And it's so beautiful. Like, the whole R&B soul that she infused into it. It's like, I also have Geogardy by Balds of Canada. There's a in-joke in my class of Balls of Canada because I mispronounced it. So, but I can't really say much. I got them to listen to Geogardy in full, and they liked it. Well, one of them liked it at least, so... What else can I show off? I don't really know. I don't know. Portable DVD player. You know, just have it. Because I don't have TV in my room. And the family DVD player was retired years and years ago before I moved to a media server, and then now streaming, which I found very pointless in this current climate that we're in right now with streaming. And looking at my desk here, it's just completely filled with my CDs and DVDs. I have content to last me for ages. You know? Like, I didn't spend much time on all the CDs yesterday, and that took me 7 minutes. So, you know, it's now been like 25 minutes now, and the original point was me just speedily going through the music DVDs I have, but I guess I'm here now, and I'm ranting a bit, but, what you gonna do? Of course, like my last video is called CD Collection Rant, I don't know, because I'm not good at titles. really feels like I'm filming this in 2007, especially with the quality of my laptop. Well, not the laptop itself, but the camera. Just need something to occupy myself with tonight, as I am really, really bored. I don't know. Really think the only person who's going to be watching this is Ewan. If he, actually watches my stuff. So, hi Ewan. Love you. You already know that though, but, you know, let's get the point across. But, yeah, for some, I don't know who my other viewers are. If anyone outside of my class is subscribed to me. If you are, then please comment. I really should have put this at the beginning, but, like, you know, let me know if anyone's there. Because on my Lego Ninjago video that I just ripped and uploaded in dog shit quality, that has like 70 views, and that's the most watched video I have. I've unlisted the Romeo and Juliet video because I realized I have just doxed my name in titles, you know, like the credits. So I'm leaving that unlisted for the moment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then tough luck. Right. Well, I'm gonna shut this down and upload this because I need something else to do. Well,